Welcome back, everyone. We've been part of the Early Access Alpha now for just over 6 months. With most alphas, a lot of what has transpired is typically what I would have expected based on experiences with other alphas, but more importantly with Daybreak Gaming. The purpose of this commentary is not to overly state the obvious, or decry fellow testers, or much less project the notion that people aren't capable of grasping the fact that they're participating in an alpha. What I'd like to share is how I approach an alpha and what those experiences have been like over the last 16 years. First, I try to divorce myself from any potential attachment to the character, items found, elements compiled, and anything created from the game's crafting system. In other words, time invested, blood, sweat, and perceived tears are part of sampling the game and not foundational to the progression of that character. Alphas are kind of like that borrowed gadget you used over the weekend. It provided you with entertainment, convenience, and you grew a certain attachment to it by virtue of familiarity, but you have to return it. Secondly, this game, by its design, doesn't provide you with a great deal of permanence, which can leave some people disillusioned because their expectations is set on return of their invested dollars. Thirdly, the game threshold is low. Flavor of the Month players aren't going to be particularly thrilled beyond the 11-hour mark when they've suddenly realized they've just experienced the near entirety of the content. In conclusion of these 3 outlines, it's important to keep an objective mindset, managed expectations, and a realization that any emotional or psychological investment can be met with a wipe that returns you to square one. How you test or what you test is entirely up to you. However, the way you provide feedback is not only going to reveal your intentions, but will also be on full display to your fellow testers to disseminate. In other words, be mindful that when you're participating in an alpha, those experiences you're having may be exclusive to your gaming system and not necessarily an encompassing problem experienced by everyone. Providing constructive, articulate outlines and substantive feedback is going to be far more welcoming by the development team and your fellow testers than a platform to spill your angst. Remember, the developers are human beings too, who, like us, are passionate about their gaming. We outnumber developers by a significant margin. They aren't always able to address each of our concerns individually in regards to particular feedback you may have provided. So here too, we have to divorce ourselves from the perception that our concerns are what the game hinges on. The reality is our concerns are what we hinge on and believe is important to us as individual testers. The developer's apparent lack of response to your concerns is not an intentional dismissal of your efforts. It's up to you to exercise some intestinal fortitude and realize that despite the fact that the game is being designed with you in mind, it's not necessarily being designed with just you in mind. Mel from the test server wanted me to reiterate that the devs from H1Z1 are making a concentrated effort, as I've always believed they have been, on the dashboard dev tracker, much to her delight. Alphas are an environment that are typically punctuated with changes, setbacks, directional shifts, and sometimes revamps of what may have been originally projected. Consider the roadmap. If you can walk away with any conclusion or personal satisfaction, the question will be, are you prepared not only for the challenges the game features present, but are you prepared for changes that make the game features possible? That's been your snapshot commentary and general observation. From this tester's point of view, I welcome yours in the published section below. Thank you to all my subscribers for your continued support, and with that support, you help me reach the 2K mark as I march on to 5K and beyond. If you're new to my channel, take a moment and familiarize yourself with other H1Z1 videos and subscribe so you'll have all the latest news and information from H1Z1.